No.
Wanted to have some fun. Well, Opie was talking about his weekend. He took his kid to Black Panther and everything else. Like I said, I'm a fan, as Rob Lowe said in Wayne's World. And I was watching. I was enjoying Opie's stream. And I did not intend to start using the stream on the show. I was like, I saw 20 people were watching Opie, so it's like a Zumakian stream. And
Very inclusive, you know.
I'm just like, I want to see what Opie's up to. That's all it was. Morbid curiosity. I wanted to see what Opie was up to. And it turns out I tuned in at the perfect time, and I went, you know what? I think April would enjoy this. I'm going to timestamp a couple of things here, and we're going to watch some Opie this morning. Impromptu Gregg Opie Hughes. Here we go. Let's throw him up there. This is about Gregg Opie Hughes' bathroom etiquette.
Oh.
Gregg Opie Hughes and bathroom etiquette. And then I think like we could skip about a minute later and there's another timestamp, or we could just let this puppy roll. I guess I'll let you guys decide. Here's Opie talking about what happens when he drips a little urine on the bowl. You know, you appreciate that being cleaned up, right? If you drip some urine on the bowl.
I think most would.
Here's what you do. You take a little toilet paper, you wrap it around your hand, you swipe the bowl.
You have to wrap it all around your
hand.
You
don't have to. You don't have to. I'm an artist. It's my technique.
He's a urine artist.
Wrap it around your hand.
I feel like it's so clean your hand.
Go wash your hands and you're good.
Oof.
You do a little scrubbing and you're done. Let's find out about Opie's bathroom etiquette.
Sounds good here. This is B. Huntington. Just wondering about the piss sock, brother, man. Yeah, man. I still take my foot with a sock on it and do a quick swipe around the rim of the turlet. Just in case a couple drops fell. Yes, I still do that.
This won't pause.
And I think that was born because of.
There we go. Okay, I can't full screen pause Opie's stream. I don't know why. Opie's stream is the only window I have open right now that is really, really slow.
He needs you to keep watching.
I don't know what that's about.
He doesn't allow pausing.
What do you think about that, April? When I first heard that, I went, I forget that about the Opie and Anthony days, and that's remarkably troubling.
I would say that's my words exactly.
Just in case a couple drops fell. Yes, I still do that. And I think that was born because of my really, really bad back.
Retardation?
Is he about to say he wipes pee with his foot because of a bad back?
Well, you get a bad back. You have to take your foot and you have to stand on one foot like a fucking stork. And then you have to wipe the rim of the bowl while your sock is still on your foot. Now, look, I think if you take the sock off your foot and you wipe the piss, that's still disgusting.
And then what? Throw it away?
You just throw it off into the hamper.
No.
And you contaminate all the other clothes with your piss sock. You're saying that you don't think you should take clothes that you plan on wearing again and cover them in piss intentionally?
Not usually.
Okay, you're saying that's a bad move.
Yes. Unless that's your final option. But I'm going to guess that there's a roll of toilet paper in that bathroom.
Relatively somewhere in the vicinity.
By.
Like, I've seen bathrooms before. I've seen a couple.
What?
In my 35 years on this earth. And so far, usually in the vicinity, usually within sit and reach distance, depending on what kind of shape you are in, there is a roll of toilet paper. Indeed, you're correct, April, within reaching distance of that toilet.
You'd think.
So it is wholly unnecessary to take an article of your clothing and purposely douse it in piss.
That troubles me, but then also he's about to say he does this for his bad back. Do you know how much good core strength you need to balance on one foot while you got your other foot up on the toilet?
It's not the part of his back that's bothered. It's different vertebrae.
Sure.
So Opie, look, there's something to be said for openly admitting to covering your foot in piss on purpose. But I still, some things can be kept a mystery.
I maybe only give him that because now I know what kind of garbage he is. Otherwise, I don't join you with the whole respect given thing, just for being honest.
Respect given for being autistic enough to think that people are going to go, oh, yeah, totally. I get it.
Don't skate over this either. Don't say turlet ever. I think that is one of the unfortunate things that comes from small towns.
Look.
And it can die in the 80s.
The problem with Opie is Opie was born with a tragic lack of talent. And so he's replaced that in his career. Like think of the torture that is Gregg Opie Hughes for a minute and try to empathize. Opie has been surrounded his entire professional life with people who were miles more talented than him.
True.
Think of this. He would sit in rooms regularly with, at the same time, Jim Norton, Anthony Cumia, Louis C.K., Nick DiPaolo, and then at other times, Patrice O'Neal,
Yes.
Bill Burr, Colin Quinn. He would sit in a room with these people. You have to develop something. So he'd say words like "warsh" and "turlet" and things like that.
He didn't develop that, though.
No,
That
he
came
developed
from
that.
old people.
Look, I am a massive Opie and Anthony fan, and I will tell you that Opie started talking that way one day. He
Just
started
to be
saying
different?
"warsh" and "turlet," and I swear to God, it was a way to make him stand out because he couldn't keep up with all the funny guys.
But it's not the standoutness you want. Okay.
Look, I told you I would try to stand out. I didn't say I would stand out in places you'd want to be.
He stands out like a piss sock.
He stands out like a piss-covered sock. He certainly does. Right in the hamper. Imagine that. Imagine you're Opie's poor wife, and you have nice clothing. You know, your family's done well for itself. You got beautiful clothes. You put it in a hamper, and here comes old, geriatric husband dipshit stripping off his urine-soaked sock and throwing it in with your beautiful clothes.
And I picture him as wearing, like, he's an animal who still wears white socks instead of black ones.
Hanes, white Hanes
He's got
socks.
white Hanes, so now there's just piddle stains on them, and it smells like ammonia.
Jesus. Well, let's let Opie continue with piss sock.
Yes, I still do that. And I think that was born because of my really, really bad back and trying to bend down. So any opportunity I have to not bend down, I will take it. And one of them is to use my sock to clean the toilet seat. Yes, that is true.
Yeah, you take that victory sip. You
Don't mock it until you've tried it.
No,
No.
I'm not trying it. I don't care what you tell me to do.
You mean you didn't go to the tree lighting?
I'm not wiping my toilet with. There are some things that where you have to say, don't knock it till you try it. I'll throw a few things out there. Sushi.
Sushi for sure.
Okay, don't knock it till you try it.
Bone marrow.
Bone marrow. Don't knock it till you try it. Wiping your toilet rim with your besocked foot to soak up piss is not one of those things you need to try to knock. I'm going to watch. We've been knocking it for the last 3 minutes.
Oh, it's fine with me.
It's totally fine to knock it. I don't need to try it. You know what it would feel like? Warm and off-putting.
Right. I feel like I haven't missed out. It's even worse if it's like sticky or something. And what's more troubling to me is he hasn't yet told us necessarily what he does with the sock afterwards. What if he just wears it? You don't know.
But, okay, fair. I don't know. Do I need to?
I'd rather not, just in case I'm right.
Do I need to? All right, let's watch the next clip. That's Opie wiping the toilet seat with the piss on the toilet seat with his stocking foot.
I also have...
Could we, again, if we took the sock off the foot, still gross.
Yes.
So doing
because-
it while the foot is in the sock, more disgusting.
Also consider this. Even if you take your piss-soaked sock off your foot, what if that shit had soaked through and now your foot has piss on it? And now if you don't wash your foot, now you just got piss foot.
In defense of Opie, in defense of Opie here. Probably doesn't have athlete's foot.
That's true because apparently if you piss on it, that dies.
Congratulations.
I'll probably take a shower after this and get all pretty and nice for the rest of the day. If you,
I
need
mean,
to
why
know.
do that
But,
for your stream?
I think it's
Why don't you shower before the stream, buddy?
I don't know why Opie's like, this video is lagging terribly. I don't know if that's a him thing or just a weird tab. I don't know. But I clicked
all
play and
right.
nothing happens.
I think my hair is all right. Cheers on that.
April hates cheers. April hates the way Opie talks in
It's always
general.
a guy too. It's always a guy that is worried about my
Oh,
appearance.
get ready for this one.
Jesus.
I can't wait.
I ain't gonna kiss you, bro. I'm sorry.
Brace yourself.
I only kissed a couple people in my life, couple guys in my life, and you're
What? Aaron, you being a man, right? You're in fine man form over
I
here.
have kissed a man.
Have you? Oh, and no, don't answer that yet. Even if you have,
I'm sorry, but the gayness is trying to burst right out of me.
even if
Anus
you,
first.
even if you're a man, like let's say Opie here, and you have kissed a few guys, are you talking about it?
Not so comfortably. I'll tell you where
Maybe if you're drinking, I can understand.
No, drinking maybe, but I'll tell you where I'm comfortable talking about that so flippantly.
Okay.
If it's the stream where I'm coming out as a homosexual.
That's fine. Then it probably feels good.
Then it feels great, but instead you're just like this whole stream so far has been a window into this poor woman.
I am afraid for her.
This poor woman.
She cannot be happy. And
she's living in a house full of like repressed gay energy and piss-covered socks.
It just smells like piss and coffee.
It smells like piss and like male breath. Opie comes home. Like if you're a woman, like the old adage that like the guy's cheating on you, you smell another woman's perfume on him.
Yeah.
She comes home and she hugs him and she goes, oh no, he smells like Drakkar. Like, oh no, he smells like Brute. Oh no, what has Opie been doing? Opie, not the middle-aged gay clubs again.
It's not good.
God damn it. Couldn't you go get like just a small market radio job? Like
he actually went to the nursing home because they don't fight back, and now he just smells like Aqua Velva.
Oh, Opie. Don't kiss those guys.
At least he doesn't steal their credit card.
That's true. Chad Zumach would be in there making out with dudes and taking the Social Security check out of their back pocket as they're making out.
You're not one of them. Should I explain that or let that sit there? You know what? Today I'm just going to let that sit there.
Good. We'll all just, you know what works for me? We'll all just think you're gay. All right, let's move on with the show.
Yeah, I feel like that kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah. Well, so did he.
That's true. But now his wife is actually doing one of these like, oh, God, I'm free to go.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, I mean,
yes.
Look, she made her bed.
She can get out of that bed.
She made her bed. She made her piss-soaked bed.
Okay.
Now she can lie in it.
Do you think he's a bed pisser, but he like tries to soak it up with his foot while he's laying?
I'm going to go ahead and say, I'm going to give Opie this. Probably not a bed pisser.
But
good. Definitely a sock piss wiper.
I also had a comment, like, if you're going out of your way, like, let's say you've got such bad back problems that you're wiping the toilet seat with your foot, why can't we just stop dribbling on the toilet seat? Wouldn't you go out of your way to stop dribbling on the seat in that case?
Now you're being a bit picky.
I'm trying to make his life easier.
I'm just saying you're maybe a little bit picky.
Okay.
Turtles with $5 says, I've tried getting banned from his live streams. Subtle jabs don't work. Doesn't seem sporting to go full force. I hear you. You don't want to, wreck the guy's day or, be an absolute dick unless it's on your own show.
Turtle does send me like screenshots or videos of him like donating a super chat or something, and yeah, he doesn't really ever go off and off.
Doesn't go full bar. I like Turtle. Turtle's a good dude. Maybe too good for this game.
Turtle is good. Yeah. I'm sending him things today.
What? Uh-oh.
My other child, actually.
Good. I hated that one. It was black.
Can you stop bringing up my past?
Special K says, I'm just kidding. It's not black. It's a Jew.
Brown.
Special K says it is harder to bend over to take the sock off. He walks around his house spreading piss. Oh, I never thought about that. If he's not taking off the piss-covered sock, he's walking around with piss foot all day.
That's what I said.
You're right.
Yeah. I don't see him as having...
I just assume that a man who wipes piss with his foot has the decency to take the sock off immediately after.
Yes, because the piss sock wiping guy... screams decency.
You're right. Well, you're right. Omega Dread's gaming channel says he was going to be possessed by a demon, but it said gross.
That's funny.
Oh, no. It's just, the demon starts to invade his soul, and he goes, oh, is that piss all over his foot? I'm fucking out of here.
You smell like Windex.
I'm going to go possess a Jew. I'm tired of this shit. In the comments says, dominate your friends, kiss them on the mouth. That's what Opie does. So that's why none of these guys from the old O&A show why they don't talk to him anymore.
Yeah, it's not anything to do with talent. It's purely that he smells like piss.
Fucking Lois Einhorning everyone. He's sitting there just making out with everybody.
Finkel is Einhorn.
Right after this stream, you just saw Jim Norton, Anthony Cumia, Sam Roberts, all these people going, ah.
I want to see Cumia naked in a fetal position in the shower.
Well, I do too, but that's despite the Opie kissing revelations.
It's just our fantasy.
It's like Anthony taking a rape shower just seems wholly satisfying to me. Just for a good cleanse.
And now I need a drip pan.
Yes, exactly. Anthony in the fetal position in the shower just screaming the N-word.
Oh my
Tweeting about crime in New York City.
And then he just throws in a subtle, fuck Opie and his piss socks.
Fucking piss sock.
All he can...
Fucking piss sock rape kisser.
Fucking Anthony can't even piss anymore because every time he smells piss, it just reminds me of like the kisses and the feet and the socks.
People put asparagus on the table and goes, do you have any idea what this is going to do to me mentally?
Cumia could be like the most strongest willed guy of all time, but then he smells piss and it's over.
He's got PTSD from working with Opie.
No golden shower porn.
Oh, he sees a booger and he just kills everyone in the room. Oh. In the comments says, if Opie's dog pisses on the floor, he just kind of puddles around it with his socks on. Don't knock it till you try it. It's true, man. Citizen M says, I was banned from Chrissy Mayer's chat the day I went there. Well, were you being mean? Because when Chrissy comes up here, you're always remarkably mean to her.
Just remarkably insensitive and cruel.
When she was on our show, I have to say, you were a bit of a dick. And if you're a bit, like, I like you. You're one of my favorites, but that's my, like, I always talk about that. Like, you know, talking to Chrissy or talking to Gino, and then other people know you talk to Gino and they shit on Gino. And, you know, they're like, Gino doesn't, like, talk to me or this or that. I'm like, yeah, I like you and everything, but you're a fucking asshole to him. So what do you expect?
What would you like here?
What would you like him to do? Well, April, since we're on the topic, should we just knock out what I have on Opie today?
I think so. I think I got a few minutes before I have to go for a second.
Let me knock out what we got on Opie today. I got 2 quick clips, but it was Piss Sock Foot that made me bring up Opie early on in the show today.
It was worthy.
But we got Cocaine Bears. We got Kirk Hammett from Metallica saying that they're toxic, that their whole thing was built. I hate these multi-millionaires who, after they've made literally hundreds of millions of dollars, turn around and go, oh, I'm so sorry for the sins we've committed. And then they're just going to hold on to all their cash. Like, they're big pieces of shit. They're terrible people, but, you know, the money's nice.
The damage is done, though, guys.
Yeah.
Maybe stop talking about
Let's say the Nazis won the war, and in, like, 49, Hitler went, just want to say I'm very sorry for the whole Jew thing. It got out of hand, but anyway, we've colonized all of Southeast Asia now.
Can you imagine? I've wondered that to myself sometimes. Like, what if Hitler had lived? What was the end game for him? What is he going to do? Like, conquer everything, but then just say sorry? That's exactly it.
Here's my problem about doing what you're talking about doing. I start thinking about, like, what if it ended differently and Hitler made it and all that stuff. And then I come and I don't feel like thinking about it anymore.
That is kind of how that goes.
YouTube. Just a joke. Just a joke. Hey. I'll have you know that I have one grandfather who fought the Nazis actively and another grandfather who died in a concentration camp. Fell out of a guard tower.
His name's Aaron.
He fucking stepped on the old joke.
Sorry.
That's all right. You're still learning. Still learning. All right, let's go with Opie now. This clip is now remember, Opie clips these titles out.
Yes.
Like somebody else doesn't go, oh guys, look what I caught Opie saying. Opie cuts these out going, yeah, you know what? Quite frankly, I'm as proud of this clip as I am this little apartment stream I do over here. Let's go ahead and watch Opie name a show better than Joe Rogan. This is the height of delusion. Is Opie thinking he is in a position to critique other people's shows? I don't care if there's a difference between I enjoy show X better than Joe Rogan's show.
Yep.
That's a far cry from saying person X is better than Joe Rogan.
It doesn't happen.
I've always thought the way, Kevin Nash said this about pro wrestling. I think it's true in entertainment. The only thing that's real is the money and the miles. Joe Rogan's the best at this. You know why? He makes the most money doing it.
Yes, it's...
The marketplace has spoken. You get into these abstract artistic discussions about who's better. Nobody's better than anyone else. It is purely a matter of opinion. The only metrics we have are units moved, downloads, and money. That's it. So if you want to, for a great example, my favorite late night host of all time is David Letterman. David Letterman is second or third behind Carson and Leno. Mm-hmm. Why? Leno is worth more money and Leno drew more people to his show. I can sit here and say my opinion is that David Letterman put on a better show for Jay Leno. But that's just a matter of my opinion. The facts don't bear that out.
Right.
So here's Opie saying Joe Rogan doesn't do the best show. I'm going to name you a show better than Joe Rogan, and I can't wait to hear what Opie's tastes are.
Would you go and do Rogan's podcast? Nah, not at this point.
What?
First of all, he's going to show a little self-awareness here in a second. And also, cool to see the Insufferable podcast in Opie's comment section there.
Oh, yeah.
But go follow the Insufferable Bastards podcast. Opie's saying he wouldn't do Rogan. First off, lie.
Anyone would do Rogan.
Second of all, I don't think he's calling anytime soon. Like, think of the controversies that his old radio partner, Anthony, has been in since he left radio. And I believe Rogan has still had him on 2 or 3 times since then.
Recently, even.
Yeah, I think a year or two ago, he had Anthony on. So, Opie's saying I wouldn't do Rogan. You can tell the guy doesn't have an agent anymore because that agent will go, would you shut the fuck up about not going on Rogan?
There's that, but then he says not at this point. So, okay, what is the point?
Well, he's waiting until he peaks, maybe around 67, 68. When I'm peaking, that's when he's going to go on Rogan.
I think you just go on Rogan if you get the phone call.
Yeah, talk about your new product, the Piss Wipe Sock 3000. It'll be great to plug on Rogan.
It's like ShamWow, but it's socks.
If Steve-O can get yelled at for his butt wipes, you can get yelled at for your piss sock. It works.
And which would be more entertaining.
Yeah, and you and Steve-O can both say the same thing. We were huge in the 90s.
We were cool in high school.
There you go.
It's easy to say that because I'm not even being invited, but I don't really. I was thinking about this morning. Joe Rogan, he's not even the best at.
You gotta stop.
I shouldn't take drinks when Opie's talking. I should know better by now.
Swallow first.
Yes.
At podcasting or radio, but he's the biggest. He's the biggest.
Who's the best, Ope?
And before you start yapping.
Hey, that's my job. Quit yelling at me.
He's king of defending himself before the thing happens.
Yes, you're right. Opie is great at defending himself before anyone starts attacking.
Nobody said a word.
Yeah. Opie goes up to people in bars and punches them in the face immediately and goes, I knew you were going to start shit. Now, in fairness with Opie, if that metaphor plays out, that guy would hold his chin and go, you know what? I was about to fuck with you.
I didn't like your face.
I was going to tell you what a piece of shit you were. But I also saw you wiping the urinal with your foot. So I feel like I have cause here. Opie, we can criticize Opie for being the king of defending himself before anyone's attacking. But it also is the most self-awareness he's ever shown because he is at least anticipating the thing that is coming. There's that old saying, just because I'm paranoid doesn't mean there isn't anybody watching me.
Right. It doesn't mean you're wrong.
Opie plays out that saying perfectly.
I mean, this is the guy that before he goes on a podcast, he has to look into them and make sure they don't goof on him first.
But, when I use that term, let me defend myself before anyone attacks me, you know what that usually means? I said something retarded.
Yeah, no, it's projection, I think, because you know that you said something bad.
I will say something about movies or sports. And sometimes I'll go, and let me explain. It's because I go, I know this sounds like the dumbest fucking thing that's ever come out of my mouth, but let me try to make it sound less dumb. Let me do a little damage control before you even say a word.
Let me preface this with, look, I know I'm stupid.
So he knows the Rogan thing is, oh, Willie, come on, that's horse shit.
He's the only one with the take.
Yes.
He's good, obviously, but I know a
Joe
ton
Rogan
of guys
can
that are
sleep
better
tonight.
at it than him.
Thank God.
Oh, yeah, a ton. Oh, let's hear the names. I can't wait.
Brother Weeze up there.
Fuck you. Brother Weeze, a 75-year-old morning zoo host in Rochester, New York. Now, I've only heard Brother Weeze from what Opie's played on the Opie and Anthony show. And if Anthony does come on this show, I want to ask him one question. When you guys would have Brother Weeze on your show, and Opie would have Brother Weeze on, and you guys would do some, Sirius XM connecting with Rochester, New York. Mm-hmm. Did you ever cringe and in your head go, oh, would this old man just turn off the fucking phone? This isn't a good call. Nobody's enjoying this. Brother Weeze, the guy who says on the air, mother hucker, because he doesn't want to curse.
Come on.
The mother hucker guy is better than Joe Rogan?
Oh, and
You know what? I can't imagine why he was the third wheel in Opie and Anthony.
no. I mean, I feel like Opie's like just always going to be the guy that stands up for anyone who's ever like been nice to him instead of just what the facts are.
Ooh. I don't
Yeah.
know. As long as
Why
they can
else
do
would he say
something
that
for
guy?
him. I don't know.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll scrap the friend thing. What has he done for you? You're right. He came on my show.
right.
Well, look at Rogan. He's like, I wouldn't go on Rogan's show. The only reason he's saying that is because he knows Rogan wouldn't ask.
Right,
Yeah.
he's never been invited.
It's like, you know how Chad always talks about how he was popular in high school?
Mm-hmm.
And he really wanted to be at Content House and he really wanted to be at that Comedians of the Compound show in Florida. But he was being a total cunt, so they didn't let him in.
Well, and then he has to turn around and say, like, oh, why would you ever want to be there? It's a bunch of gays.
It's not cool. Those guys aren't cool. Carl said this on his Who Are These Podcasts episode yesterday or 2 days ago. Carl was saying, like, Chad, no, the cool people in high school didn't go to the Band Geeks party and stand outside and go, that party's gay. It sucks. I don't even want to be there. That meant you wanted to be at that party.
No, you just went to the Band Geeks party and fucked.
Fucked all the band kids. And then you found out that those band kids were more experienced and better at fucking than you.
Fucking freaks.
You were like, these fucking weirdos, these psychopaths.
They just bring a flute in for no reason.
Yeah, their anus like breathes, like because they've just been playing with it
like
so much.
like a valve.
Yeah, they have like a
Like a French
like one of
horn
the
valve.
suckers on an octopus tentacle. It's just kind of pulsating because they've just
Kind
been
of-
fucking around with their assholes too much.
What kind of Band Geeks did you fuck?
We had a really world-class marching band at Irondale. They learned
So
some
did we,
shit.
hey.
Irondale High School versus Litchfield. Let's fucking compare marching bands.
Oh, God, I would put my band director above yours any day.
Hold on a minute. Is it Pride?
Yeah.
Is it Pride Month? I don't know. You and I were just arguing about whose high school marching band was better. We skipped over football, hockey. We even skipped over soccer.
I think I actually blacked out for a second and
Yeah.
forgot we were doing a show.
I actually blacked out and really started desiring cock munching for a while. I want to apologize.
Gay.
Yeah.
Myself.
Let's gay things down a little the rest of the way. We're not even an hour into today's show, so we got time to
I'll
de-gay.
stand behind my marching band after the show
I bet you will.
and fuck it.
Yes.
Chester. And I would go with Ron Bennington.
I mean, fair. Ron Bennington's remarkably talented and really good, but I think if you asked Ron Bennington, hey, are you better than Rogan? He'd be like, no. I'm not better than Rogan.
People that are self-aware don't say that.
Ask me if I'm better than Rogan.
Are you better than Rogan?
Not today. Not today. I don't feel strong.
As much as I hate his guts, I would go with Howard Stern. These guys are better than Joe Rogan.
Howard hide in the basement? Folding Howard Stern? The paper cup guy?
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh. Howard Stern is better than Joe Rogan. Again,
Well, okay, but out of all the people he named, though, that one is arguable for me.
somebody should write in his chat, Cumia, question mark.
Okay, Cumia, yes.
But but you can't argue the fact that he's the biggest at it. That's simple math.
Why are you
Who's
squeaking?
the biggest at radio and podcasting right now? It's right there.
Well, at least he's saying that.
Right there in
Yeah.
the stats. You can't argue that. That's black and white.
Yes. You know what else you can't argue? He's better than Brother Weeze.
Yeah.
If you still have Joe Rogan's number, I want you to text him. Don't call him. He's busy. I want you to text Rogan today and apologize for what you said.
Just say I'm sorry.
In fact, I want
no.
Brother Weeze to go on the air and be responsible. This is supposed to be his protege. I want Brother Weeze to go on the air right now today and say, I want to apologize for Opie's outburst. His blood sugar was low, and he said some retarded shit about me being better than Joe Rogan. I just want to let it be known. I am where I am for a reason.
Well, it's all those piss socks soaking into his brain.
Maybe that's what it is. Like, don't the Japanese say, like, all the toxins
It
and
does.
stuff absorb in your feet?
They do foot detoxes for a reason.
That's what it is. So Opie's piss foot is soaking into his brain and making him sound like a fucking idiot.
The ammonia is frying his brain cells.
Oh, no. It's like the cat piss thing where you get like the Brazilians just start raping because their brain's full of cat piss.
What is that called?
Look, I don't know if that's the medical diagnosis, but I feel like what I'm giving you is the shorthand.
The cat piss made them rape.
Wasn't my fault, Your Honor. My cat pissed in my mouth and there was a hot chick at the ice cream shop.
Cat piss fucked me.
I had to give her 2 scoops of cat piss cock. Don't worry, I wiped around the bowl.
But when it comes to people that have done this their entire lives, like myself, He's not even close to the best at it.
Wow, there you go. Opie Radio, quote, Joe Rogan, not even close to the best at it.
He did take a nice nervous sip after that one, though. He knows he's a little
That's good.
out there, I think.
Our last Opie clip today, guys. Did you know that Opie, much like Chad Zumach, I'm still waiting. You know what? They can cut Stuttering John out of the podcast. Let's get Keemstar to put that money up again. I want Opie and Chad.
They'd go for it, too.
They would do a great show together because they're very similar. Chad is just like Stuttering John in that when he gets in a beef, he can't be funny. He just resorts to, yeah, you beat your wife. And you're like, dude, I just said you have no top lip and you're kind of cringe.
You're a bad father.
Yeah, you're a bad father. I'm not a bad father. Come here, son. He hugs Chad Zumach.
If you would just hug Chad, maybe that's all he needs.
Son, I'm going to give you a gift for Christmas. It's my top lip. They're going to make me a new one out of my neck folds. All right, so Opie, I want you guys to remember, much like Chad Zumach, Opie doesn't care. I don't care about Opie and Anthony. It's sad if you live your life that way. God,
that's grating.
So Opie, out of nowhere, decides that now you can't blame this on, well, my chat said it. When we're talking about a story or we've got stuff up, we can't see our chat.
Nope, can't see it right now.
So it's a choice to read something that's in your chat.
Yes.
You know, we have lately we've been having 500 or 600 people in here at a time, about 2,500 during the course of the live stream. Opie's got 20, but even at 20, you can still skip chats.
You could. Not
Right.
everything's worth reading.
So Opie gets a chat about guess who?
Anthony.
As Hughesy would say, the Ant-Man. I can't. Hughesy's accent is a goddamn curse on my soul. I can't see Anthony show or his name without the Ant-Man.
I think we need to play Hughesy overnight for you, in headphones or something, so you can pick up on his accent.
I can come.
Sticky sheets.
Iraq, what do you think about the Ant-Man? It's like, fuck. I watched Hughesy's interview with E-Rock yesterday. That was just that's my Owen Hart impression. All right, here's Opie answering a question about seeing Anthony for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
I'd shove a drumstick up his ass.
Would you have Thanksgiving dinner with it? Why would I? Dude, why the...
You can't get exhausted at the question you chose to click on and bring up.
Do you know what we do when we see something we don't like? We just skip it.
If I see something, if a botter account comes in and writes about how I'm going to get raped to death, I just block it and skip it.
It's fine. And usually we don't even have to do that much.
The audience is on it before we get to it.
Well, no, I'm just saying even when there's comments that just aren't reading, you just kind of scroll until you find one.
But it's very strange to purposely click on a comment, put it up on your screen, and then go, oh, God.
Well,
why would you write that and make me talk about it?
If you need help understanding why he did this one, it's because he loves a good gripe about Anthony. He cannot stop.
He does. It's my favorite thing. It's my favorite thing to watch him for 8 years now not care while totally, again, he's very Zumachian in that way.
I would say the saying you don't care means you probably care a little.
Probably care a little. Perry care a little. But I want Perry on this goddamn show. Tom, get back to me, buddy. Well, anyway, Opie picks the Anthony question, brings it up, and then gets mad. He really wants to talk about Anthony.
I think it's the definition of, how sometimes when I've been upset about something, you say that, you're just kind of jerking yourself off about it.
Mental masturbation.
It's mental masturbation, I think, when Anthony comes up.
That quote that Lemmy posted that you liked, that's the kind of the quote I've been telling you for a few years now.
I just needed it from Lemmy.
Yeah, exactly. That's, that's people though, isn't it? The person you're around all the time.
Hold on.
The person you're around all the time tells you something and you're like, they're just saying that.
That fucking goes both ways and you know it because everything I've ever tried to help you with, it's only okay once you get to it yourself. Once you decide.
What did I just say?
So.
What, am I talking into a fucking windstorm over here? Did you not hear what I just said?
Lemmy's a saint.
I just said we all do that. We all do that thing where the person who's around us all the time tells us something. I think you Opie'd a little bit there.
I did. I wanted to make sure that you didn't skate out of that one.
You Opie'd a little.
Because out of anyone on this show, you are king of not deciding anything is okay until it's your idea.
But you know what else I'm the king of? Admitting that openly.
All right.
I'm not sitting
here.
here.
That's all I'm saying.
When I say we, I'm not saying like the royal we. I'm saying myself included are hypocritical pieces of shit. I agree with Penn Jillette when he said, hypocrisy doesn't bother me as long as it's honest.
Sure.
And I'm a very honest hypocrite. I can't help it. I just
oozes out of me.
We all believe we're better than we actually are, but very few of us recognize the gap.
Sure.
I'm not as good as I think I am, but god damn it, I'm working on it.
You are getting there.
I'm getting there. None of us are as good as we think we are.
He's got a lot of friends now.
We're all the heroes in our own story. I will say, in my day, I've been the heel.
God damn it, who else is going to be the hero?
John Cena, probably. More than likely.
Cena.
It's probably going to be John Cena. I mean, if we're being honest.
Him and his roids.
Yeah. All right, so would Opie have Thanksgiving dinner with Anthony? Let's watch him get mad at a question he chose to answer.
Dinner with it. Why would I? Dude, why the obsession? I haven't seen the guy in... I used to keep track because
I think he kept track and he nailed the number and he went, I can't say that out loud.
That sounds too specific.
You go into Opie's bedroom, you turn on the light switch, the first thing you see, you hear this chun, 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 and it's this clock ticking upwards. Amount of time since I last saw Anthony.
I haven't seen Anthony for 8 years, 3 days, and 57 minutes.
Poor wife hasn't slept in weeks because the goddamn thing's too bright and loud. It's Greg, would you stop that thing, please? I don't care. I don't know why you care. God. The doggy's not bothered by it. I'm going to call Brother Wheeze and tell him he's better than Rogan.
Do you see his little face, though, when he was thinking for a second, like, I haven't seen Anthony in...
I don't keep... And then how about that line? I don't keep track anymore.
Yeah.
You know why?
It kind of looked like it hurt.
You know why?
Why?
His magic marker that he was putting the X's on the calendar with ran out of ink.
Oh, it dried up, and his wife wouldn't buy him any.
We should send the Obster a box of Sharpies and some calendars.
And a whiteboard or something.
Kind of like that. I didn't have to see the guy ever again.
Yeah.
But I lost track. I finally stopped keeping track, but it's been... Whatever day he got fired was the day I knew I didn't have to see him anymore.
Wait, whoa.
That's not true.
Let me talk about something here. April, you're forgiven on this because you weren't a big Opie and Anthony fan back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
But when Anthony got fired, Opie said, and I quote, I fought behind the scenes for Anthony.
Oh, I've seen him say that, yeah.
People don't know all the fighting I did behind the scenes for Anthony. Never forget that when, like, your producers, they would want to fire one of your producers, you'd go on air for an hour talking about in detail all the things you did to help them. Troy Kwan comes to mind. But when it came to Anthony, you told Sam, you told Jim, you told everybody, I fought for Anthony behind the scenes. Today you say, I knew when he got fired I wouldn't have to see the motherfucker again.
Yes, which one is it? He is always very inconsistent with how that show ended and how he felt about it.
Can I tell you which one it is? I think you know.
Oh, I do know, but
it's
go
the
ahead.
I never had to see that motherfucker again.
Well, and it's because he always felt like he was in Anthony's shadow, I guarantee it.
And, you know, that's so sad because it's just like the only reason you're in that apartment is you met Anthony and Jim Norton.
Mm-hmm. Why hate that?
Why hate it?
You know, and we sort of tried there for a little while. There was a little, like, the door was slightly open.
Boy, but don't worry. The Opser shut that door on his piss-soaked foot.
Just squoze it out a little bit.
He just took that piss-soaked foot and said, hey, Anthony and Compound, you guys like lemonade? Sorry for my spittle.
Can you imagine if he threw it at the door, just the splat sticky sound? Oh.
It's Anthony unwraps a bulletproof vest and it's just a piss-covered sock and I go, what is it? It's a sign. It's an old Sicilian sign. It says Anthony Cumia won't have Opie as a partner. What did he say? Bada boop, bada beep, bada boop, bada boop, bada beep. He wants to wipe piss with his sock.
but I haven't seen the guy since he got fired. So that's 8-9 years ago, I think.
Oh, you know.
Which one is it? It's getting closer to that 9. It hurt a little bit. He didn't want to have to say it.
He didn't want to have to say 9, but it's okay. Everyone seems like they're doing really well. On one hand, you've got, Anthony has his own network. He's moving to South Carolina to a beautiful, probably cheaper house, and that he's getting more house out of for the money.
Oh, yeah.
And that's got to feel great, by the way. If you're
Yes.
someone who's lived in New York for decades and it's a shithole, and you find out, like, I imagine Anthony's face when he found out what he could get for his money if he moved down to Greenville, South Carolina.
Why people do it.
Oh, shit.
Way more beautiful down there and everything.
Thank you to Dub for $5. He says, best wishes all. Thank you, buddy. Terry Nee with
you.
$2 says, Jesus is only a carpenter in his hometown. You see, the Jews. It's
remarkable.
That's very funny. The lovely Gina Levy says,
Wow.
Opie is like a bitter woman in a divorce.
I don't think she's wrong.
Only he didn't get any money out of it.
No, he didn't get the. Well, you can't necessarily say that. Look where he's living and all this.
No, I'm saying like after the divorce, the
He
money
didn't
dried
get anything
up.
from Anthony.
Yeah,
Sure.
like he didn't get a career out of Anthony leaving.
Not even like a coattail ride.